Greetings, dear friends. Happy Monday to you. Here we are with our weekly check-in and our inner compass forecast for the week ahead, the first week of November. I trust you had a lovely weekend and are really finding the energies that we are in shifting a wee bit. Here we are in the penultimate month of 2025, and it feels like the energy shifted a wee bit. Have you felt that? Before we get into pulling cards, as you know, if you've watched these sessions with me before, I like to just riff a little bit about what phase of the moon that we are being affected by this week. And this one's a big one. This is very impactful. So that's why I'm saying just come into this space and time wherever you're at. Maybe even just put your hand on your heart and take a deep breath. The lunar influence that we are affected by comes in 2 days' time, on November 5th. It is a super full moon, and in fact, it's the biggest, brightest super full moon of 2025, and it's in the sign of Taurus. So Taurus is all about the grounded nature and very much about tactile, feeling good. And so with it being a super full moon, we are really being guided and supported and directed towards really illuminating and shining the light on what gives you pleasure and comfort and ease and peace and flow. So feel into that. There's a very, very strong vibe of slowing things down and really coming in touch with your inner guidance. You know, truth be told, there is a lot of discombobulation and chaos and turmoil in this world. The best way that we can actually make a difference or step into a sense of healing and of flow and harmony, it starts here. It starts with us. And the more we calibrate our own energies to those things which nurture us, that ground us, that help us recognize, guess what? We're in the right place at the right time. If we get too caught up looking externally, we might forget that. That's why this is a week to really slow down and find your rhythm, find your best way of nurturing yourself. Maybe that means creating a wee bit of a ritual for yourself to start your day. Do you have one? Do you pause before stepping into the hustle and the bustle and the got to do and the schedule? Do you create a little bit of this is a beautiful day. I am so grateful for this beautiful day. And then this is what I'm saying is perhaps you could create a ritual like making a beautiful pot of tea and then allowing yourself to savor the sips of tea. Or that's just one example. But if you need a wee bit more support or ideas or guidance on any of these suggestions, and if I'm triggering you or discombobulating you in some way, please reach out, because like I said, this is very important to allow ourselves to feel into what's right for you. I suggested tea. Maybe you drink coffee. Maybe you want cocoa. Maybe it doesn't resonate. The other thing here too, when we talk about finding what's right for us, it's really important to drop into your own heart's wisdom, not listen to somebody else, the woulda, coulda, shoulda, the gotta figure this out, or gotta follow somebody else's rules. So feel into that too. Are there pieces that you need to let go of because it doesn't suit who you've become? This is another part of a full moon, is nothing can hide. So are you telling yourself the truth about what really lights you up and what feels supportive and what fills you up, fills your cup? So now take a nice deep breath. The first deck of cards I use for these sessions is my own letting go guidance system. And so as we really calibrate to the energies of the moon and the cycles of the moon, which is actually one of the best ways to get in touch with our own inner guidance, our own inner compass. That's what this is all about. Things will fall away. Things get let go. And so that's what we're going to do, is just take a wee moment, pause, contemplate. Let's see what we're going to focus on letting go of. Interesting, it's addiction. What kind of addiction shows up when I say, do you have a ritual? Do you have a routine? Do you allow yourself to feel into the senses? And so that, like, feeling wrapped up in warmth, feeling comfort, feeling peace, feeling ease. Is there an addiction that stops you, or that blocks you, or that you don't need it anymore? You know, every addiction, we start an addiction because it solves a problem at a time. You know, I was a smoker. For many years I was a smoker. That served it was like making a solution to calming my nervous system. But it's not a very good one. So feel into that. Addictions, where we take them on to solve a problem at some point, and then it becomes maybe toxic or maybe outmoded or not healthy. So feel into that. Again, if that triggers something for you, or you need some support, let me know. I have many support and many ideas on how to release addiction. So you can put that in the comments below or message me directly. But now, moving into the next deck of cards is my tarot deck. So let's see what tarot wisdom is going to come to help us navigate these powerful times, powerful and yet soothing. Really stepping into, well, this is a good one. Well, they're all good, right? It's actually the Seven of Pentacles. This is a beautiful one. So I like that it's Pentacles, because Pentacles is like a physical, tangible, abundance, gratitude, wellness. That's all the things that are kind of brought into being or brought into focus for us with that Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, it's a beautiful kind of slower energy too, because it's basically suggesting you don't have to figure lots of things out. You don't have to find out what peace is. Actually, peace is already within you. And so the Seven of Pentacles is suggesting maybe it's time to breathe into your heart and to harvest that which you've already put into place. What patterns suit you or serve you as you let go of any type of addictive. Even overthinking can be addictive, right? Or feeling like you've got to get everything worked out or figured out before you ease into some form of flow or upliftment or connection or exploring. Sometimes it's about exploring. How do I feel about myself here? How do I feel about myself when I do practices this way? How do I feel about myself when I set intentions in a certain way, or when I start to immerse myself in certain types of rituals? How do I feel about myself when I let go of maybe other people's expectations, or let go of something that I find comes up is judging ourselves based upon what we think other people think about us? Feel into that. That can actually be an addiction in itself. And so we can kind of drop into, yeah, but how do I feel? Me, you. Feel into your sense of yes and flow and ease and harmony. Such an important piece here. So now, another nice deep breath. One of the things that I'm thinking of is that as we come into the second last month of 2025, there has been a lot of stress and strain and got to get things done, and you might be feeling a bit tired. I know this has come up for me of late, is to just really feel in like, what is my bandwidth? Do I need to increase my relaxation time? Do I need to say no to certain things because my energy is depleting? And so if stress is showing up for you in your body, that could be a little nudge from the intuition saying, shift your focus, shift your pace, and allow yourself more being time. That's such a powerful inspiration with this super full moon, is to just be. Recognizing that just allowing ourselves to be is one of the most powerful creative pieces that we can do for ourselves. I just wanted to bring that one into our conversation with this inner compass forecast. But I was shuffling the intuitive whispers card, so let's see what intuitive whispers come in. Oh, this is good. Now I know why I was kind of going into that feeling into, because the first card that's come up is feel, don't think. And so you know how I said the overthinking or the judging ourselves or criticizing ourselves based upon what we think other people think, that's just a whole nother story anyway. It's about feeling. How do you feel? How do you feel when you think those thoughts? How do you feel when you do things this way as opposed to when you do things that way? And allow your feelings to help animate and calibrate to that inner compass that's actually there trying to get your intention. The next one is stop pushing and striving. Such an important and beautifully aligned message for all of us. Stop pushing and striving. All is well in my world. Breathe into that. Put your hands over your heart and really breathe into that. All is well in your world. And the last one is your soul knows. I love the theme of those cards. Your soul knows. So that's how come it's actually very helpful and useful to avoid overthinking, because the truth of you, and this is why I often encourage you to put your hand on your heart. This is the seat of your soul. This is how you get in touch with that wisdom that's already there. I really encourage you to do more of that, especially this week. I actually encourage you to do more of that all the time, but this week in particular. All right, beautiful friends, just about ready to send you off into this empowering, beautiful, calming, soothing, peaceful week ahead. But I'm going to finish the session off with one of my Liberate Your Inner Truth cards. Let's see what inner truth comes up for us with this one. Well, this is a good one. I am valuable. You are valuable. We are all valuable. So let's read this one out. I take care of myself because I am valuable. My life has more value than words could ever describe. I take each day in stride because what makes life exciting is the spontaneity of every day. That's beautiful accompaniment with what I've kind of riffed on and talked to you about with this super full moon. I wish you a beautiful week ahead, a beautiful experience with this super full moon. I'm going to put the link to my membership group in the comments, because I go deeper into a lot of the pieces that I'm sharing with you here in my membership group. So I'll put the link there for you to go and check that out. I'd love to see you in that group. Much love to you. Have a beautiful week. I'll be back again with you next week.